Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. There's a Cyclops.
There is.
There's a bunch of goats. And there's a goblin.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to backtrack at least a little bit and come on, goat, and sort of back a little ways out of the valley and then circle up the hill and get advantage down on the Cyclops and goblin. Hopefully before they spotted me. But if not, let me know.
Okay. There we go. So you remove yourself away.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking down this valley. When you say you remove yourself, is that like you go back into the pass that connected these two valleys?
Yeah, so I think I was walking up the valley, and then I see this cave at the end, and I see the goblin and the Cyclops, and then I immediately sort of back up, and then try and like go up the hill.
Yeah.
Like find it.
Yeah, there's a slight pass that connects these two valleys, and you can make your way into that pass and kind of peer around a large boulder down the valley to where there's this Cyclops standing outside of his cave. Now you made 24 was on your perception check earlier. Give me another perception check right now. You're in a difficult spot to see some of these details because it's pretty far away.
Are they still there, or are they not in the cave entrance anymore?
No, they're there. I was just going to give you more details about their surrounding, but it's a few miles. It's like maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles out. And I think with the heat of the day, the distance, and probably like the boulder that you're hiding behind and trying to keep yourself hidden, you can't make out the details you want.
You can even see a Cyclops from 2 miles or from a mile and a half out, or tell what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a giant 18-foot tall thing.
Sure.
It stands well above everything else, and
yeah,
maybe it's not 2 miles. Maybe it's like a mile out.
Yeah. What about a goblin and a goat herd?
You can see the goat herd, and I think with the Cyclops' posture looking down, you can infer the presence of the goblin down there, because he looks like he's mad at something. And you can infer the sex of the Cyclops from this distance as well. It is definitely a male.
Okay. Noted. All right. So I think I'm gonna sit tight here for a bit. Do I see any better vantage points between here and the cave? Like, can I walk along a hill and get closer?
Definitely. You could walk along the crest of your side of the hill, or your side of the valley, or even on the other side, and kind of pop up occasionally and get sort of close.
I think that's what I'm going to do for now. What time of day is it? You said this interrupted my day, right? This is partway through the day?
Yeah, this is probably early afternoon.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So I walk along the crest of the valley and try and get a closer view of this cave.
You walk along the crest of the hill, kind of keeping on the other side and popping up occasionally to get a view without trying to lose your be seen. And you see the goblin has led the pack of goats further up the valley and off in the northeastern direction while you cruise along the hilltops. You see the Cyclops has now left his cave and is over by the creek, where there seems to be a large pit dug kind of deep out into the in one of the little creek areas where there's a pool that has developed. And Cyclops has gotten inside the pool and is washing himself clean in this little bath he's built in the creek.
All right, nudie bathing Cyclops is great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll watch. Georgia doesn't like Cyclopses.
Oh, I don't blame you, Georgia. I know. They're so terrible.
Oh, goodness. All right. Let's see if she calms down. Okay. I'm gonna. I guess I'll watch just for a second and get the lay of the land. So there's a cave. Let me go so I can quiet her down.
Go for it.
But I'm gonna want. I'm gonna want a description of the valley or whatever, like the cave
Sure.
and where the pool is.
Go play with the dog. Yeah. All right. Let's make him a map. Let's all come and take a look at this map that we're gonna make. Let's see, we're gonna go. Oh, he's back already. It's fast.
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Oh, okay.
So what's so can I get a description of this little valley? There's a creek and a pool and a cave.
Mm-hmm.
How far is the little pool from the? Oh, we're getting a map.
We're getting a map. That's not the right color of water.
Is this to scale at all?
Yes, this is going to be to scale.
Cool.
These are just sort of like large rocks that are piled up on the edges. The direction of the water is northwest. Water goes in that direction.
Yeah, so it's dammed up a little pool here.
Mm-hmm. And then, let's see, I think it's right about... This... towards the top would be... Whoops, that shouldn't have a double lined. Towards the top up here is where we have the entrance to the cave. Yeah, and then the hill kind of continues on. Oops, fuck, it keeps doing that. Like the hill comes along this route, but it's not so, like the areas where it's boxed are fairly steep, and then the areas where it's just a flat line are less steep, more gradual.
So this is the cave up on the north end. So I'm coming from the south.
Right, you're going to be on the south side. And then there's also a pile of brush that has been tossed around the entrance to the cave. God damn it, it did it again. I swear to God. One of these days I'm going to learn how to use you properly, Roll20. There's a pile of brush that kind of comes out. like that. And then we have 2 very large rocks. One that is over here. And then another that is here. And these should probably be brown. There you go. So we've got this sort of this pile of brush and timbers that acts as a pen. And then you've got the entry